what's up, Sumo-lings? It's me, Christy. Happy Thursday. And today we are joined by Simon and Alex of ShortPixel. Guys, we're happy to have you.
Hey, happy to be here.
Awesome. So if you're here for a demo and a walkthrough of ShortPixel, you're in the right place. But just in case you're not familiar with it, let me tell you a little bit about it. ShortPixel is a high-powered compressor and optimizer that drastically reduces the image file sizes so you can improve your website's performance and SEO ranking, which, hell, let's be honest, we all want to do, right? And the best part is that it's on AppSumo right now for only $39. All right, as I'm talking, I want to hear you guys. I want to see you guys say hello in the chat box. Make sure that you can hear us and see us. All right,
hello.
Because
Simon here.
Yeah, you guys, our Sumo-lings are very vocal. All right, we got Peter says, looks good. Amy's saying hello. Kelly's saying hello. Awesome. You guys can hear us. Perfect. So here's how today is going to work. Simon's going to take you through a demo and a walkthrough of ShortPixel. And if at any point you have a question, go ahead and use the Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen to ask your question. And Alex from ShortPixel will be manning the questions. So please don't put your questions in the chat box. Use the Q&A box to put all your questions. So that way they're housed in one area and they won't get lost in the chat. Okay. And then at the end of the demo, I'm going to come back on and ask them some of your questions live, so that way you can pay attention to the demo and not necessarily have to watch all of the questions coming through. If you can't make it until the end of the demo, that's okay, because I'll be sending out a replay of this webinar later today. You'll get it in your inbox. Okay, everyone's saying looking good. Hello. Simon, if you're ready, I'm going to shut my camera and microphone down, and I'll let you take it away. And then when you're ready for questions, just let me know and I'll come back on.
I'm ready on my side.
Awesome. Go, take it away.
Thank you. So, hey guys, I'm Simon from ShortPixel, and today I'm going to show you our new plugin and product, which optimizes your website's images in just one click. Well, just one install, actually. You need only to install the plugin. So, we're going to start, I'm going to demonstrate this on our blog on ShortPixel, because, well, you have to put your money where your mouth is. We're using we're the first users of our products always. And so I have this blog, and if I take a look at the images on our blog, I'll just open developer tools. I have this image, which is pretty big. It's 1000 pixels, but it's displayed in 600 pixels. So it's not optimal. The idea would be, what can I do in order to make my website optimized from the point of view of images in terms of size in kilobytes, megabytes, and in terms of pixels. If I take now my website through a tool which tests it for performance, like jtmetrics.com, let's see what I get. Well, this takes a little bit of time, so I prepared it already. You can see it here. Doesn't look good at all. You see, the main problems are that I don't serve properly scaled images, and I don't optimize the images from that side. Well, here's where ShortPixel comes to help. We also have the ShortPixel image optimizer, which does only optimization, but now we have a new plugin and product, which is called ShortPixel Adaptive Images. I'm just going to show you the web page on WordPress. Well, yeah, this is the plugin. So this plugin, what does it do? On top of optimizing the images, it will also make sure they are properly resized on the page, on every device, hopefully, but at least on most devices. So what can I do? I'll go to my plugins page. I'll just search for ShortPixel. not with a typo. Without it, it works. No, wait. Actually, I wanted to add it. ShortPixel. All right, here we have it. It's this one, ShortPixel Adaptive Images. I've installed, so it's one click and one to activate. And that's it. I have it here. Let's see what happens on the visitor's end. Let me check the image. You see it's served from our CDN, and it's scaled to the proper size already. And it's also optimized. And on top of that, it uses the next gen formats. For example, here is served as WebP instead of JPEG. Cool, huh? Just one click. And now let's see what happens if we go to performance to retest it, to retest our plugin. Sorry, our website. But it takes time, but I have the report ready. This is the report. So it went from 39% F page speed score to an A page speed score. And you see the site has some other improvements that can be done on it, but the images are okay from the point of view of GT metrics. Well, actually, it's not that fast because you need to, the first time you will load the page, it will still load with the former pictures. So if you want to do this test on your website, you will first need to reload the page, to wait for some seconds before executing the performance report again to see the improvements, because the images are optimized on our servers, and this takes some seconds, maybe, I don't know, for all the images on the page, 10, 15 seconds. You have to wait this time in order for the images to be ready to be served to the optimization to a tester, which is JT Metrics or Google Page Insights or Kingdom or everything. And you also will have to wait the time that the images are going to be distributed on the edges on the CDN. So you might end up waiting a little bit to see, but this is only for the first time the page loads. Then all your visitors will get optimized images. Okay, so this is just pretty quick introduction, but now I will go with you in more details regarding in the backend about settings. And you see that I have a notice here. Well, this notice doesn't appear at the beginning. At a certain point, your credits will be exhausted. So the plugin will start telling you that you will have to create an account. Sign up now with ShortPixel, and you will receive some bonus credits and everything. And then you also, there you can purchase credits. For you, some links which have the packages that you bought on AppSumo, this won't be necessary, but there is something that you need to do in order to be able to use your lifetime deal on the website, which is to log in into your account and associate the domain to your account. just write here the name, the domain name. You add it. You will see it here all the time, and how many credits it used. And now, if we go back to this, no, it was, yeah, I'm going to the settings, the advice, the notice should go away. Well, it doesn't go away that quick because it has a cache, but it will go away eventually. Check credits. Yeah, you can check credits and your new credits are active. Then, let me tell you more about the settings of the plugin, because even if it's, you see, I didn't change any setting and it worked perfectly. In some cases, you need to go and tweak it a little bit more. For example, you can set the compression to an even higher level of compression. You can go glossy or lossy. Actually, my setup here is also with the ShortPixel image optimizer. So this is why I choose lossless. You see that even with lossless, the results were great on JTmetrics side. But I would usually go at least glossy, if not lossy. Actually, I would go lossy, sorry. Check my website. If I have, if the website has images which have text on them, like a picture with some text written on top of it, then I would go glossy. But most of the cases, lossy is perfect. Then WebP support, this is checked by default. So it served the images as WebP for the browsers that support it. Then the fade in effect, which fades in the lazy loaded images. By the way, ShortPixel adaptive images also adds lazy load to all your images. This is why you might, if you have another lazy loader, you might see a warning about that. ShortPixel can't do its thing if another lazy loading plugin or feature is lazy loading the image. Like you can't have a child with two mothers, more or less. And so these are the general settings. And now I will take you a little bit to the advanced settings. This setting here, you can change it if you want to use your own CDN. We have how-tos for that. It's not like this, but it's not also not very complicated. In order to use your own CDN to deliver the images, if you already have it and you prefer to have only one CDN for images and other type of content. Then the replace method. This you can change it if you have problems with some dynamic image loading by JavaScript. To be honest, both and the SRC set are mostly experimental. You can try them, there's no harm. You can always revert to the first method. They work in some particular cases better than the SRC, but really marginal cases. Then, if you ever have an image which you don't want to resize, for example, you have an image which, when you go with the mouse on top of it, it enlarges. So you would like to have it at a bigger size. You could add here a CSS selector. This is pretty technical. If you know what the CSS selector is, you will be able to do this. If not, maybe ask somebody who knows. Similarly, leave out completely if you want to exclude an image completely from optimization. You can add the CSS selector here, or, which is easier, even if what you see here is not that easy, you can exclude the URL. If I would add here mydomain.com, will exclude all the images that come from here. Or maybe I have a pattern. in the, I have something in the name of the image. Let's see. Folder to exclude. And these images will be completely excluded from optimization and from CDN and everything. I think I got to the end of the settings. So what else? If you were interested about ShortPixel, you are always welcome to ask more questions. Either now my colleague Alex is answering questions, but at all time you can go to shortpixel.com contact, and our friendly team will answer to your questions. And we're here to help you if you need any help. So thanks a lot for following our webinar, and I'll pass now the hand to Christine.
All right, so Simon, I have a couple questions for you. I guess from a beginner's standpoint, can you explain the difference between the different optimizations like lossy and glossy and lossless? Can you explain what the difference is between those?
Yeah, lossless is a type of compression which makes the image be pixel per pixel identical with the original. So what it does, it just cleans up any unnecessary pieces of information which are in the image. If you look at the structure of an image, you sometimes find there a lot of things like GPS position, maybe even things that you would want private, wouldn't want to put them on your website. Then you find also thumbnails, smaller sizes, smaller images, smaller versions of the same image, which are embedded in the image. And depending on the type, PNG or JPEG, even just with a better algorithm, the image, so it makes it smaller, but it's pixel per pixel identical with the original. Lossy, on the other side, is not pixel per pixel. So what it does, it changes the image in subtle ways which are not noticeable by the eye. For the eye, when you look at the picture, you can't see any differences, except, as I was saying, for the images which have text on them, where you will see at the border of the text some small variations of color, which some artifacts which will be visible if you are attentive. And for this case, glossy is lossy compression, but which takes particular attention to these artifacts, so it minimizes them a lot. It makes the image really, actually we developed this type of image compression, glossy, together with some of our first photographer customers, which were saying, lossy is a bit too much for my eye, my photographer eye, but lossless, well, can you do better than that? So we came up with glossy.
That was a good explanation. I had a few questions about that. So again, also from the beginner's perspective, not everyone is familiar with the inspect element feature in Firefox or Chrome. Can you talk a little bit about that? And also, some people don't even know how big their file size is or what the dimensions are. Can you also explain to them where they can find out that information as well?
Yeah, okay. So if you are, for example, in Firefox, I'm here, but in Chrome is the same. You open the inspector developer tools, which it's opened by F12 on Windows and Linux platforms, and on a Mac you would open it with Command Alt I, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but if not, you can find it in the menu, but in the Safari you have to, in the Safari browser you have to activate it. Anyway, Chrome F12, you get this open. I'm still sharing my screen, right? You can see this.
Yes.
You see the inspector is the first that it opens, and next to it you have an arrow. You click on it, and then you can go over the image. You already see the image size displayed in browser. If you click on it, it will take you to that particular part of the HTML code, which describes the image. And you will see the URL of the image. And well, to see the original size of it, I would quickly make a right click and right click on the image and open, well, copy image location, open another tab and paste it. Yeah, well, this is this anyway. The CDN version, which is smaller, is okay too. And if in Firefox you right click, you have view image info, which tells you everything. Tells you the dimensions, tells you the size in kilobytes and in bytes, but well, in kilobytes, and the image type of, if it's an WebP, yeah, it's also written here, the type of image, WebP.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That was very helpful for the beginners, myself being one of them. So Phoebe had a question.
Welcome.
I'm just going to admit it. Yeah, Phoebe had a question. If I only have a few images with text on them, can I exclude those from compression?
Yes, you can exclude them by URL, for example. But first, you could try them and to see, because in some situations it's pretty much okay. But if you see that you need to exclude them, you can just use this feature in advanced settings. You just add them here. You add the URLs of the images here, and they will be excluded from optimization.
Okay, good. Now Frank is asking, are the optimized images cached on your servers, or does it happen dynamically each time someone browses the site?
Well, I will explain exactly what happens when somebody browses the site. Let's take a page which is first time visited ever. The images, well, are obviously not on our servers, nor on the CDN, but we will receive, the servers will receive a call for that particular image. The server checks, the image is not there, so it will immediately return the original image. It will make a redirect to the original image, and in the back, it will download the image, optimize it, and distribute it on all CDN. Then, on any second visit, the same image will be distributed, will be served from the CDN. It will not be optimized again, so it's not on the fly, this process. And it will be kept on our servers for 1 month, at least 1 month. The CDN can keep it longer. So the image is not optimized on the fly each time, but only once at first access.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Kelly is asking, should we still optimize file sizes in Photoshop, or will this save us a step by optimizing them within the ShortPixel plugin instead?
Yeah, this will save you a step, because the image is rescaled and optimized on the fly depending on the size in that particular on that particular device. So you don't need to do this in Photoshop anymore.
Perfect. Peter is asking, which plugin should we get if we have not had either of them before? Is there like one that's better for beginners, or should they, you know, which one should they get if they don't have either of them?
I would say make some tests in JT Metrics or Google PageSpeed Insights, and if you see problems related to scaling images, then use ShortPixel adaptive images. If you don't see this kind of problems and you see only problems related to image optimization, then you can use ShortPixel image optimizer, which will optimize the images and will keep them local. You would need anyway, maybe a CDN, but then you can choose any other CDN because you already have your images optimized locally.
All right. Now, are there any web hosting services that don't play nicely with your CDN?
None so far, no.
Okay,
no.
All right. And okay, good. And Sam would like to know, is it possible to compress images but leave the EXIF data?
In ShortPixel Image Optimizer, there's an option to leave the EXIF data. We need to add it in ShortPixel Adaptive Images, and we will add it as an option. We have some which are on the to-do list right now.
I'm sure you have a long to-do list at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so Amy's asking, does ShortPixel optimize videos?
No, unfortunately it doesn't. I'm sorry, but we don't do this.
All right. Awesome. So I think between Alex and I, we've kind of gone over a lot of the more popular questions, the more important questions. So thank you so much for doing this demo. This has been very helpful. If you can just one more time, let these guys know where they can reach out to you if you have a question after, if they have a question after, how they can ask that question to your team.
So guys, anytime you have a question for ShortPixel, just go to our website, shortpixel.com. And well, you can directly write contact, and you go to our contact form. You can write us here any question you have, and our friendly support team will answer pretty fast.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for doing this. I don't know if you guys know, but these guys have done a deal with us before. We brought them back because they were a fan favorite. So if you haven't already gotten the deal, then you definitely want to go to AppSumo and grab it while you can. And as I mentioned earlier, I will be sending out a replay of this webinar later today. So that way you guys can go back and catch up on what you missed, or just go back and relearn what you already saw. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.